finals about to begin here as we see Theo and Aiden picking their characters and everything. Should be an intense match between these two. We just saw how explosive their performances can be and just how combo-oriented these two players are. Anything can happen between these two. Oh, I gotta switch the names real fast. Okay, Aiden taking possibly the first stock, but the DI prevents that. And it'll be interesting to see the projectile character of Robin up against a character with a reflection, as we just saw. Like, both of these characters have projectiles. Should make for an interesting game. Nothing too close combat. But the flood recovery brings the lead over to Theo. Oh, but a quick 11 sword evens the stocks back to 2-2. Oh, some great interruptions. And the Gordo play is anything but predictable, as always. You, of course, with the lead here, trying to keep Aiden from taking center stage, but he does just that. Wow, the Nosferatu straight out of L5. Just shows the skill and precision that Aiden brings to the table as the rough player here. And again, that combo just racks up so much percent, and these two bring it to nearly an even game. Each of these players fearing for their stocks here. And Aiden just barely guesses up B, but he can't. He is dead. Well, was dead for a moment there, as Theo takes the second stock, bringing it to a 2-1 lead for him. But Aiden is not about to let the pressure cease. He does everything he can to force that stock out of Theo, even using up his Nosferatus on purpose to get the book to combo into a fully charged neutral B. Now the stocks are even. These two know how important this is. Playing a lot of ledge games. They don't want to give each other any advantage. Aiden playing very far back, using his spells very effectively. Almost throwing them away at some points just to get that book, because of how powerful the combo potential truly is. Oh. And as close as it is, he was just really close to TPS stock with the forward smash. And it's such an intense game. These two are biting their nails, but the DI prevents the ending of the game there. It's so close, anything could happen. And then dash attack takes the game, giving Aiden a 1-game lead. It's hard not to be disappointed as a Theo fan, if you're a Theo fan here. But that game was so close, really nothing to be too worried about. Anything can happen in this set.
The Arcadian.
Yep.
As the second game starts, we see some interesting projectile games and some edge guards. Oh, and Theo takes an early 87%.
What's up?
And it's not hard to see who is in the lead here. Theo does his best to take things back, taking the
Aiden is up
Nosferatu.
1.
Oh, and the really low up B almost takes a stock there. Until the forward air finally closes it out. Theo with an early lead. And some parts of this game seem to replay themselves. Aiden doing his best to utilize his out of shield options and those combo moves. He really knows how to tighten that lead. Theo's in a lot of danger here. He manages to take stage. Neither of these players can afford to drop their attention just for one moment. Aiden finally taking that first stock off of Theo. This game, all things considered, is rather slow. Aiden making great use of his lightning swords, but can't help but be grabbed. The shield pressure from really both of these players is admirable for sure. And a shield break is even, it could be in the cards here. Theo playing an oppressive ledge game, doing his best to edge guard Aiden, but can't help but be edge guarded himself here. Just trying to make it back on the stage. Doesn't quite make it the 11 side and Theo manages to take a stock with that big hammer. It's so easy to seemingly accidentally take a stock. DDD's dash attack coming in, it's so unsafe, but it can be so rewarding if used correctly. And the stock not coming out for Aiden here. The projectile game is exquisite between these two. Not quite the same as what you'll see elsewhere. DDD almost at 200%, and Theo must be on the edge of the seat here. And just the tail of the thorn catches his stock. It's back to a one-stock all game. But Theo is thoroughly in the lead here. And the forwarder catches Aiden, taking the game for Theo. In this, the picks and bans can really decide the match. Looks like it'll go to Kalos. And as projectile focused as these two characters are, it'll be interesting to see what Kalos does to these guys. Aiden picking the female skin. The skin counter pick on point here. Aiden, my goodness, getting almost clobbered at the beginning of this game, even losing a stock to Theo, who's got to be riding Cloud9 after that 0 death. But Aiden refuses to give up, always with that competitive spirit that we love to see out of our top players here. Both of these players eager to take the percent lead, even if it means approaching as a projectile character. Oh, and L5 combo almost takes Theo's stock, but we're still looking at a 2-3 stock game. Whoa. Some interesting interactions there with the Gordo. As Smash players know, any hit will send the Gordo back in the direction that it came from, with ownership being transferred to whoever hit it. So it's a rather gimmicky projectile that makes for a really interesting game, but Aiden doesn't let that get to him as he takes his first stock off of Theo. It's now even in terms of stocks, but the percents couldn't be wider, as Theo does his best to close out Aiden's stock, successfully doing so with the Gordo off stage. Quite the mix-up if you ask me. Now Theo's sitting kind of pretty with the stock lead, but he knows he can't let the pressure off even for a second. Aiden doing his best to keep things going with his projectiles, with his books, with his sword. And the Alfires at ledge, we've seen those time and time again across the set, and they're really serving Aiden well. He takes a bold up air to end off Theo's second stock, and it's back to a one stock all game. You never know what's going to happen next with these two. 1 second there, edge guarding each other, the next they're comboing each other off the top. And percents are almost even. A nail biter here in winners finals. Again, this is a best of 5, so the winner of this match doesn't necessarily win the set, but it sure wouldn't hurt. The percent's so close to even here, as neither of these players seem to be able to catch a lead. It's and Aiden finally takes it with the bold down smash. Just the tip. Catching it up. Even taking a new skin here, back to the normal version. See how the skin counter pick affects this game, as Aiden is in the 2-0 lead. Wow, in the early Nosferatu games on a quick 17%, but the game continues with the combos, thanks to small battlefields, easy to access platforms, and it's already looking like a very intense back air takes a quick first off already here. Man, Theo's gotta be sweating here. Gordo on the ledge serves to be tricky for Aiden to get around, and DDDs suck even more so. The up air takes the stock, and now it's an even 0-0 game at 2 stocks apiece. Here this is just to take a quick lead, getting clean 50% before being comboed himself. Aiden doesn't let the pressure off, trying to keep him at bay, keep him off the stage. Aiden's gotta keep an eye on how many uses of his spells he has. He's been so good at that in the past, using his neutral beat inside B expertly in order to time the book when he wants it. And the up smash out of Theo almost taking the second stock here. And until the up beat isn't quite enough, Theo now leads 2-1 in terms of stocks. Oh, the grab release from too many pummels there. An interesting change of events there. The Gordos do their best to keep Aiden off stage, having great effect on this game. One can only wonder what DDD would be without the Gordos. Certainly not the monster that Theo makes him out to be here. Of these players playing projectile heavy games until Theo drops down with the edge guarded forward air, and it's 2-2. The score could not be closer here in this best of 5, and both of these players have to be at the edge of their seats. The winner here, of course, moves on to grand finals, with the loser going down to losers finals. The picks and bans could not be more monumental in this occasion, and it turns over to FD. We'll see how the lack of platforms affects the combos that these two are able to make, especially early in the stocks. We've seen those early stock combos be so impactful this set. And so this fifth match on FD will prove to be interesting as ever, as these two, as predicted, struggle to combo early on and end up still even going into this first match. Aiden does his best to juggle Theo in spite of that, securing a narrow lead that quickly gets extinguished by Theo and his Gordos. And the offstage plays are nail-biting to say the least here, as each of these players knows how much is at stake. The great movement by these two underscores just how experienced they are, just how much experience they have under their belts here. And the first stock finally gets taken by Theo. We'll see how long that stock lead lasts, as Aiden is hungry for more. Oh, we don't see a lot of air dodges in, but Aiden uses them to great effect there to get back on the ledge. And the ledge mix-ups are nail-biting. And the down smash on the edge there. Again, mix-ups are the name of the game here in Game 5. It's inevitable that each of these players knows the habits of the other, and to make a play that your opponent doesn't expect is absolutely necessary in order to take this final game.
Hello.
Hello.
I am here.
It's 2-2 here in winners finals.
Oh my, this is winners?
Yeah.
Finals? Shit. Okay. How many turns does Aiden do? Aiden been to? I don't know. Aiden hasn't been to a lot of these. How did Thomas break his fingers? Haha. I didn't break them, George. I dislocated them. Come on.
Very specific difference there.
It is. Oh, yeah, just catching him out. Boom.
Yep, I'm gonna taking that second stock. Securing a pretty sizable lead here.
Ooh. People just go right into the inhale.
Yeah, the inhale is nothing to sneeze at.
Nope, no spike hitbox, so we can't combo, but I think he won Nosferatu. How's Aiden been handling the Gordos so far?
Pretty. It's mixed. We see he doesn't quite know how to
get a sword in.
Manage them. Yeah. There's so many hitboxes.
Oh, the sword. The sword. Ooh, what the heck? That was wild.
Aiden makes a great use of his books and of his sword.
True. Oh, just out spacing the grab. No punish though. There's the spike hitbox. There's the air dodge read. There it is. There it is. Oh, inhales the wrong way. He's gonna take a fat 30 for that. Still gets the Gordon though.
Aiden's gotta be sweating here. As his whole set is at stake.
True. This is last stop. One more stop. Oh. Oh, and it just missed. The ledge trap. The ledge trap almost worked.
And
Yeah, the way you gotta work around this ledge trap is by hitting the Gordo back at the right time and still staying out of like DDD's range.
And the forwarder takes it. What a set.
There it is.
What a set.